All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to officially call to order a meeting of the Kingston Fire Commission. Today is June 24th, 2024, and we have a quorum. I want to thank all of our commissioners for joining us today. Chief Ray is joining via phone, and we're here with Assistant Chief Darren Bondar as well. Thank you guys for coming today. So officially, we do have one item on the agenda that we want to be able to discuss. I know it's always a difficult subject here in the city when we talk about, volunteers. We've had to sit around this table as a commission before and make some difficult decisions when it comes to some of our volunteer stations. And more recently, I think it was 2 years ago that we made 3 years ago, we had to make a decision about the WICs. And so we're here today again. We have gotten some information from the chief related to Company 8, which is courts down on Delaware Avenue. And we looked at statistics from 2024, the last 6 months or so, and then also kind of the year prior in 2023. And we saw, less than a 10% response rate for, those locations. I think 2023 had a 4.7% response rate. And then so far out of this year, it's just kind of a little bit over 6%, but with less calls being dispatched to them. So it's just, again, showing that there's not enough availability of our volunteers, which we understand, just difficult economy, and for people to be able to get, to and from their jobs or their workplaces, to also to be able to volunteer to do, paid staff do just such a great job of being there within 3 minutes. It's almost impossible for our volunteers to even, arrive. And as a part of, the discussion that we've had as, as commissioners, but then also discussing with the chief, I think we're all at the same place as that, it's just time to close this last remaining station. And Chief, did you have anything that you wanted to just add at this point in time? All right. So I will say that, at this point, after speaking with the chief and, the individual commissioners, I think we all have come to the conclusion that it's time for Company 8 to close. But as a part of that, one of the things that we as a commission are responsible for doing, this is our last volunteer firehouse. And so as a part of that, we also pay workers into a self-insured workers' compensation fund with Ulster County. And depending on how many active members of the volunteer house have been in this fund, we have to pay a proportionate amount. And so right now, we have 5 between 4 and 5 active members. And so we have currently in 2024, we've paid almost $74,000 for workers' compensation insurance for these individuals. And so we need a resolution from the Fire Commission to be able to remove ourselves from the workers' compensation fund. And so I have a resolution here. I'll read it for everyone. This is a resolution of the Fire Commission of the City of Kingston, whereas only one volunteer fire station remains in the City of Kingston, and while the city's professional fire services have continually been expanded, and whereas retaining workers' compensation funds for the station is an unnecessary burden on our taxpayers, and that the company was only able to respond to 4.7% of dispatches in 2023. And whereas the fire chief and fire commission of the City of Kingston have decided that the volunteer station number 8, Port Toes, located on Delaware Avenue, will be closed this year. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Fire Commission of the City of Kingston, New York, as follows. Section 1, the City of Kingston Volunteer Fire District, as it's called in the fund, will be withdrawing from the Ulster County Self-Insurance Plan. Section 2, that this resolution will take effect immediately. And so, if I have, an approval of this motion, I'll need a motion to.
So I'll make the motion.
All right, motion Al Tetzel. Second by, Tom second, right? And, let's see. All right. Do I have all in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Are there any opposed to this motion? All right. All right, I'll pass this around if everyone wants to just initial sign by their name. And so what the chief is going to be doing is tomorrow, he'll be calling and letting the firehouse officially know. We'll be submitting this to Ulster County also, so we can get that process started. And, we'll be notifying the firehouse. I think we're going to give them probably about 30 days is I think what we've done in the past, to be able to give them at least 30 days notice as to the closure date. And then, I'll be having conversations with the common council going forward because there are city assets. Obviously, there's a fire truck in the building that's city owned, as well as the building itself is city owned. And so we'll be discussing both internally with the fire department to see if there's anything that they need or would like, and then we'll talk to the common council if there's any plans for any disposition of property or supplies or vehicles or things like that.
I really have one question.
Sure.
We need to change the lock.
Yeah, so they'll go through that whole protocol.
I don't just say, whatever we put in there, and it's there, I mean, it's my banking part. When we take over property, we change everything right the same day. But again, we're the municipality, but I'm just saying, let's change it as soon as we can, so we don't get hurt.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? All right. So that's what all of our official business, we had on the agenda also a report from the chief. What I will mention is that, as you all know, ambulance service has been going great. It's been extremely busy. And it's, the staff are really doing an excellent job. We've just gone through the process of hiring our previous about 4. We'll have another round of hiring later this year, hopefully when we hear back from our SAFER grant, where we put some funds, hopefully we'll win some funds to be able to help. December, January, that's when we hope to find out. It takes a while, but the grant's been submitted, and we're hopeful that, we'll be awarded that. It's been a while since we've had one, and so hopefully, that will help us with our chances. We also have officially started doing ambulance billing. That is all up and running, and ambulance is there was literally, I would say, almost 2,000, PCRs that were given that we've collected. And those are going to be given to, were given to the insurance billing company, and then they're going to be going through to be able to kind of make, as many of those come back in as possible. We did give them everything all the way back to January. We don't know if we're going to be able to go all the way back to January, but we'll see. The insurance company is going to work really hard to try to capture some of that revenue. But as of June 1st, we were billing, insurance companies starting that process. So I feel like we're in a good place. So those are kind of, Keith, are you, want to add anything? All right. I think we're good. Does anyone have any other questions, comments? All right, well, if not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Thank you. Second, all in favor? Aye. All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.